Welcome back to the Galley of SV Xanadu. Oh, I've got a recipe for you. It's called red snapper. We're gonna look at this. Look at the size of this red snapper. Look at that. Woo! We're gonna get this marinated up, get it on the tray, and then we're gonna make this pepper sauce with cream cheese, and we're gonna get it all plated up for you. And this is gonna be a good, quick and easy recipe for you today. The first thing I want you to notice is I went to the store and got these. These have already been scaled, so we're not going to have to do any scaling today. It's nice and smooth, but I like the skin on my red snapper right there. And then we're going to chop these up, the peppers, the tomatoes and onions and some herbs and spices. We're going to get that on the skillet, and we're going to get the sauce made up while we have the red snapper in the air fryer. I'll show you how it's done. All right, let me get my eyes on for you. Nobody can see without some good eyes, right? So, let's prep these vegetables. I've got the peppers, the jalapenos. Look at the size of those. I'm just going to cut those right out like that. And I've got the handy dandy tool here. I've got the pepper core. Look how easy this runs. I just go like that. Bam. Cores out. Let's do the next one. Set those up there. Stay up there. Now you can leave the cores in, or you can take them out. As you get older, those seeds right there are not your friend. If you're a young buck, by all means, keep the seeds in. Don't let me stop you. Okay, we're going to get those de-seeded. I'll get this cleaned up. I know what you're saying. You're saying there's a lot of heat inside of those peppers you're wasting, and you're right. All right, here's the backup plan. It's the chili paste. These have been cooked down, and there are seeds in here, but they won't be as drastic. So we're gonna, if we need more heat, we're gonna rely on that guy right there. All right, let me show you how it's done over here on SV Xanadu. So I have pepper sauce right there. I have the seasonings and spices right here. And then I have the bullet, the Nutri-Bullet right here. So check this out. This is going to be a new recipe. Never been done here on the boat. So hang with us because I don't know how this is going to go. I'm just going to coarsely chop up the onion. That's about a 1/4 cup of onion right there. Let's just get that in the bullet. I've got some grape tomatoes. I'm just gonna get those in there as well. Get in there. Wait. Alright. Then I have about a 1/4 of a red bell pepper. I know you say you could just put them in the bullet, but this will give it a head start because you don't know what I'm about to put in last. You've never had a pepper sauce like this. Now, the jalapenos. Get in there. Alright. I've used 3 large jalapenos here because this is a pepper sauce. Just like that. Look at all that. It's almost all the way in there. But we have a little room for the secret ingredient. I use all natural uncured bacon. Let's get the bacon out. Who doesn't like bacon? Let's go with 4 slices for a 2-person recipe right there. Look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to coarsely chop that. Because this is not just a pepper sauce, it's a Jalapeno Popper pepper sauce. To go on top of that red snapper, I'm going to start with a tablespoon of minced onion. I'm going to put a little bit of that in there like that. I might save some for the top of the snapper. Then I've got chives, 2 tablespoons of chives. I'm going to add a whole tablespoon in there like that. Save a little bit for the snapper. Okay, some minced garlic right there. Get in there. That's about a tablespoon. Wait, I have some over here. Can't waste that. I'm going to use my iodized salt for this recipe. I need a little iodine with that fish. A little iodized salt there, not too much. A little black pepper. That helps the herbs and the nutrients absorb. And then the secret ingredient, kind of what I use in my Pirate Rodney spices. It's smoked paprika. Get a good teaspoon in there. Last, a little bit of olive oil. I have one more special ingredient there. Now the olive oil will be the secret. We'll have to add a little bit of olive oil at a time. Let's get the coarse ingredients ground up first, and then we can start adding our oil. And maybe some brewski. Get the lid on there. I know what you're saying. I don't know how this is going to work out. Well, trust the captain. There it is. Look at that. I'm going to need a little liquid in there. Just a bit. That was mainly the bacon. Look how that just pulverized. I'll get a little beer, a little brewski in there. We're going to add a little bit of cream cheese in there. It's a jalapeno popper. Alright. What is that? That's about 1/8 of a cup. We're going to grind this up, and we may add some more. Let's see. Never been done before. I might need some more oil. We have our things here, so let's try it out. Okay, you can tell right there it gets a little dry. This is where we add a tiny bit more of oil, some brewski, and our cream cheese. Back in the bullet. Going. There it goes. Look at that sauce. Woo! Look at that. That's got bacon in it. Oh man. Oh, don't try the raw bacon. Wrong. Okay. So here's what I need. More salt. It's a little spicy, but that's good. I'm going to put probably another 1/2 teaspoon of salt and pepper in there. Tiny bit more of the smoked paprika right there. Now, it doesn't have the spice that I need. If you're not into spice, then this is probably good with the peppers like that. I'm going to go ahead and ramp it up a tiny bit with my chili paste. 2 teaspoons to start. Alright, now you can see that creams up really well. Let's get it back in the bullet. Is it too thick? I don't know. Check it out. It'll reduce down because how did we cook the bacon? Are we going to eat it raw? No. We're going to cook it over here in the pan. And then it's going to be perfect when our fish comes out of the air fryer. I'm just checking for consistency. Oh yeah. See, it's good. That's good. Okay, I'm going to put some lime juice in that real quick. Alright. I think the consistency is good. Let's just give it one more blend. So now look, there's that. Here's this. Let me show you how this is done. Okay, I have the red snapper pan ready with the parchment paper. We're going to cook these in the air fryer. Alright, let's get this red snapper over here. Look how delicious it already looks on the tray. Right there. So what we need to do is we need to get a marinade on here so we can get our spices to stick. And then we're going to put it in that air fryer and make some boat goodness. In my marinade, I'm going to get the olive oil out onto the pan with the fish. Then I'm going to take a little bit of our chili paste. Put that right out there like that. Secret ingredient, organic yellow mustard, right there. Whoop. Whoop. Tony's, I use this Creole shrimp boil seasoning. It's got the right mixture for our snapper. And then what do I do from there? I get a little bit of that smoked paprika out there. Okay, it's all over the place. Look at that. No worries. You can't really go wrong with that. Ultra tool right here. Look at that. We just get that mixed up. We're just an artist over here painting in the studio. Get that mixed up. You're like, oh, yeah, that's foo-foo. No, it's not. What it is I don't have to clean my hands every 5 seconds. I can still hear you. Just get in there and mix it up. All right. Just get in there and mix it up. Mix that up. Get that sauce all over that fish. Look at that. You ever had the mustard sardines? Spicy? There it is. With the shrimp bowl. Oh, look at that. You can smell that. Look at the color to that. You can smell it right there. All right. I ain't afraid. Whew, yeah, that's going to be good. With that sauce. Okay. So basically all we have to do is get this on the tray, get this butter and the lime juice on top of it, get this in the oven, and then we're going to heat up and cook our sauce in that pan. And that's how easy it is to do red snapper on the boat. Alright, I'm going to get a clean knife to cut some butter. I let this soften up a bit prior with the cream cheese as well, so it would work out so I didn't have to fight the butter. Okay, fish down. Bam! Cindy, can you eat that?
Yes.
Okay, fish down right there. Get over there. So what I recommend here, of course, getting all that good sauce out there. Get it on there. Okay. So what I recommend here is go ahead and let's get the spices on. I'm going to use that leftover minced onion. That's going to be great. And the chives, the dried chives. I'm going to put that right on the top like that. More chives. Now, a lot of people don't use iodized salt because it's a thing now. We get the sea salt, we get the Himalayan salt, non-iodine. But iodine was put into salt. It's a necessary ingredient for thyroid function and regulate your whole body metabolism, okay? So let's put a little bit of this in there. I'll put a little bit in it every week, a little bit of iodized salt in something. I don't have to go overboard with it, but I don't have the blood pressure issue any longer. So this is not an issue. In fact, if I'm eating a low-carb diet, I pretty much need a little more salt. I'm losing those electrolytes. This has the iodine in it. So does that fish. So you're welcome, thyroid. The black pepper to help it absorb into our body. Is that blackened enough for you? on that. Look at that skin. This is why I put it skin side up. Because I love me some omega-3 fatty acids in those skins. With that pepper. My body's already happy. Alright. I'm going to take my butter right there. I'm going to lay it on the top. Like so. Very delicate. Just like that. Now, why do I do that? Well, obviously for the flavor, but there's actually a health benefit. This fish doesn't have enough fat in it, like beef or pork. So I'm adding fat to this dish to help us get the fatty acids out of it, get the amino acids out of it, to help our gut out. So I got fat source number 1, and then I got fat source number 2. Right there, that's plenty of fats for this meal. Look how beautiful that red snapper is. Now, my goodness, look at that. Woo! You thought I went fishing? I did. At the store. Okay, we're going to fire up the air fryer over here. I'm going to set this on 400 to air fry for 30 minutes, but I'll be checking it. All right, let's get them in there. Come on, snapper. While that's in there, I can heat up this sauce. It's going to be good and delicious. See how easy that is? Look at all that good sauce. We're going to cook that bacon. Remember, the bacon's in there. Look at that. Alright, we're going to reduce this down, and we may have to add a little more brewski to that, or oil, depending on how thick it gets. But let's start right there. Let's get this fish cooked, and then we'll get it plated up for you, and you can see the taste test next. Alright, it's time to check the sauce. We've got the thermometer right here. What do I've got? 120, 173, 194. That's plenty good. Woo, look at that. Look at that sauce right there. Come on up here tight. Look at that. Now I'm going to take the lid off and reduce it down a little bit more just so it's a little more creamy. Thicken up a little bit more, but look, that sauce is pretty thick already. That's the Jalapeno Popper Sauce. Alright, let's get this out of the oven. Oh man, look at that. That's some good looking snapper right there. Woo! That's Pirate Rodney style snapper. The skin is good and crisp. I cooked this on 400 for about 10 to 12 minutes. And I let it cool down, and I brought the heat up again just to get it golden brown like this for you. What's this sauce going on over here? Oh! That sauce is looking good. Let's get this plated up for you. First, we're going to put the sauce on the plate. Oh man, look at the thickness. Look at the creaminess of this sauce. Oh, if you could smell this. Okay, so this is the Jalapeno Popper Sauce. Man, that's really good right there. Okay, we're going to put it out on the plate like that. Swirl it around. Look at that. I gotta get a lot of sauce out here. That's a big red snapper. Alright, there it is. I'm gonna take the red snapper, put it right here on the plate. Oh, look at that. We're gonna finish that off with a little lime juice. Boom! And a little bit of extra garnish. The dried chives. Get it all in there. And we're going to do a taste test right now. But first, this video is brought to you by Iridescent Forks and Knives. And look at this spork. Can you see that? I'll put a link in the description for this iridescent cutlery and more. Check it out. Now, why would a pirate not have iridescent cutlery on the boat? Should I use the fork, the knife, or my favorite, the spork? Okay, let's taste this. Get down here where it's tender right there, and oh man, look at this. That's jalapeno popper red snapper heaven right there, pirate style, right here on Pirate Rodney's. Can you believe this? Can you believe this recipe? Quick and easy. That is tasty. Okay, right there, brother. I'm Pirate Rodney, and I'm signing out, and I'm going to eat this. And you know what I have to say? Stop eating like a prisoner. Eat like a pirate. Arrgh. Damn, that's good.